Hello, I'm Tyson Seburn, and in this video, we'll look at how lesson planning helps us keep the learner at the center of the lesson. All our identities are central to making decisions about what to teach and how to teach. It's how we keep our materials relevant. Who are our learners? What are their backgrounds? What experiences have shaped their attitudes towards learning? While lesson planning, 3 good practices we can use to make sure our learners are at the center of our classes and feel valued include the groupings we use, the narratives we include, and the learner input we ask for. First, let's take a look at the value of different groupings in class. Some learners feel comfortable working alone. Let's remove pressure they feel when always in groups. Do we give enough space for individual work during class too? Some learners like sharing ideas with a friend. Partner work for practice is very common. Do we give our learners a chance to pick their own partners too? Some learners benefit from being part of a larger community. Let's give strong personalities a place to shine, and shyer students the chance to just listen. Do we have activities where different learners can participate in different ways? A second way to center our learners in our lesson planning is to make our materials more relevant. In many cases, we learn more effectively when the images and texts, or narratives, are relevant to our lives. What are our learners' identities? What characteristics are important to them? Compare the images in A, the previous lesson, B, this lesson, and C, the next lesson. Can our learners see themselves in any of them? Look at the texts we use in these 3 lessons. Text can be stories we read, example sentences in an activity, or audio script as part of a listening activity. Can our learners relate to the characters and situations in any of them? If not, perhaps we can update or supplement our materials. A third important way to center our lessons in our lesson planning is to value learner input. It's easy to feel the practice activities are enough. But do they include learner ideas? Quite often, they simply practice the language. Our learners feel included by giving them chances to express their ideas when possible. Let's examine our lesson plan to create a couple spots for this to happen. Create space to talk about themselves and their ideas. Purposely making space to do this helps learners connect less relevant narratives to their own lives. When this happens, language use becomes more meaningful. Another way is to ask them for their opinions about our materials. In other words, allow space for suggestions about who is missing from our materials, why they might be missing, and how we can improve this. This critical approach gives learners control in evaluating the materials we ask them to use. It values their ideas. So my top tip here is, use lesson planning to keep our learners at the center of our lessons.